I'm warning you in advance, this is a video on the lengthier side, but it shows a characteristic of some legislators that I cannot stand. Predetermined outrage, meaning no matter what is said, you've come to the table with some outrage and damn it, you're going to let it out, essentially wasting everyone else's time. In this example, Representative Micah Caskey is grilling Michael Wise, he's the director of the South Carolina Department of Insurance, on why he doesn't have precise data about the liquor liability insurance issue. Now, his question is fair, but I want you to key in on whether Director Wise answered that question, and then if Representative Caskey even heard the answer before he goes into his outrage speech.
But it seems to me self-evident that knowing how many people are offering these policies would be a basic task for an agency like yours. Do you disagree with me?
Whenever we find out that a market does have a concern, we begin to collect more information on that, and it takes time. So homeowners and auto and some other lines of business, we have that capability already in place. We've had it for decades.
Well, if you knew in 2023 at least that this was a problem, and we're here in almost late 2024, how long does it take to figure out an answer to something as simple as how many people are offering these policies? It
takes a while. So there's a lag in data reporting for a number of reasons. With this, whenever we got questions last, I guess it was the spring of 2023, we started working on a data call and we issued it. I think we got those questions in maybe April of 2023, mid-April, something like that. And we had a data call issued, I believe, at the beginning of June, which is, I know that doesn't sound that quick, but it's pretty quick whenever you're trying to put together something like this and you're doing your research. And so we got word out to the carriers. They sent us back information. It was the first time any of us had done it. They had a lot of issues with their data. One company reported to us that they had several $billion in claims cost. So we looked at the data, we had them go back and correct it. And so then we had them certify that it was correct. So it takes time to get that. And we worked through that process and we issued the report as soon as we could in January of this year. And so we decided to do another data call based on the fact that this is obviously not going away. And so we issued that data call and we're in the process of collecting 2023 data right now.
So I don't want to belabor this point more than is necessary, but I hope you can appreciate the challenge that we are then faced with respect to developing a response to what is clearly a concern. I mean, on the front page of the Post and Courier today, there's a story about this very issue. It notes in that story that at least 10 bars have closed in Charleston recently, but we don't know how many statewide. We can't seem to get that information. We can't seem to identify how many carriers are offering the policies relevant to the bars and restaurants that we're talking about. And the answer is, well, it takes more time. Where I think it would be useful to be able to say, okay, when did things start to change? Why did things change? And is there a solution that we can offer? Because when I have to go back and answer to my constituents that they're seeing their favorite bars and restaurants closing, that I have no policy solution available because we don't know how many bars have even closed. We don't know how many carriers are even offering these policies. And well, gee golly. I hope you can just appreciate the difficulty we are in because we aren't able to get, we as a state agency can't collect basic data about what is happening. We cannot paint an accurate picture of the circumstances we're facing, and as a result, we see interests on both sides propelling narratives. And I, as a legislator, am looking to our state agencies for objective truth, objective facts, and we're left with nothing but, well, maybe over time we'll ask nicely and hopefully it'll work.
From where I sit, Director Wise explained the challenges of gathering data on a new question. To be fair, he's not the greatest speaker and he came off kind of weak in his response. But it's clear that the industry does not have standard ways of reporting this stuff. And especially when there's a new reporting requirement, it's tough to pull it from 100 companies who may be tracking it 100 different ways, if at all. So did Representative Caskey even hear Director Wise's response? Someone in that seat should be offering help or clearing the way for someone else to help. Instead of delivering his prepared speech, he might have asked, "How can we help? Do you have all the resources you need? Are you getting the cooperation from those you need the data from? Does there need to be a defined standard that we need to enact by law to make this reporting easy, which then helps us make decisions?" That would have been a lot better response than, well, whatever that was.